Hey there. Welcome to the New You Life Pulse podcast, where members go to get a pulse on the heartbeat of our incredible community. New You Life is the hormone health company developing transformative products that challenge the way you age. The Pulse features rising stars, leaders in the field, and insights from our leaders at headquarters. Each Pulse podcast is designed to help you become the best version of yourself by keeping you dialed in, inspired, and motivated. Are you ready to be the best you? Now, let's listen to the pulse of New You Life.
Hey, New You Life family. Elie Goldstein, Director of Product and Education. I'm here with Bobby Nezami, the owner of the latest and greatest gym in the San Francisco Bay Area called The Lab. Thank you for, letting us do this at your amazing gym.
Yeah, I'm happy to have you guys.
Yeah.
I'm excited, to show everybody what we basically have in the Bay now. It's something special. So I want to get it out to the world and show everybody what we're doing out here.
So, I want to ask about your background here in a second. But the thing I really want to ask you is what prompted you to do this amazing facility?
I think, honestly, it's just friends, family, and people that I've always worked out with. I think they want, a different type of gym. I feel like a lot of these gyms nowadays, they're commercial, they're the same thing. And I think with social media, there's a whole new wave of, the gyms now. Like, people want aesthetically pleasing gyms. They want to be able to come into the gym and record themselves working out and look good while they're working out. So I think it's really important.
And aesthetically and functionality, you've done that here. It is truly an amazing facility, and congratulations on all your success. So, I've known you for a while, and, we know a lot of the similar clique in bodybuilding, fitness, and wellness. Tell me about your background and, your journey that you've had in this industry.
So basically, I started out with 24-hour fitness. So it's, your typical, corporate gym. And I started as a trainer there. And once I was done with the training part of it, I started getting into the nutrition side of it. And so I started doing nutrition for people all around the world, especially competitors. I have a ton of competitors and I help them. And I also have fighters from all around the world, UFC fighters, Bellator fighters, one championship fighters. So I have a lot of different fighters and I help them cut weight for their fights. So I've gotten into the nutrition side of it, and that kind of really took me to another level. And then once I understood that side of it, I wanted to compete, and I became a pro bodybuilder as well. So I'm in the IFBB Pro as well.
Wow, that's an amazing story right there. And you're born and raised here in the United States?
Correct. I was born and raised in Castro Valley. And then, from there, I started working at the San Ramon 24-hour fitness. And, I just love San Ramon. And I always told myself, like, one day I'm going to open a gym here. So
I love that. I love that. Local guy.
And I will actually, being from Castro Valley, I just put in a bid. Sorry, we put a bid in for the Castro Valley gym.
Really?
And that has always been like one of my dreams. It's actually been my dream to have a gym in Castro Valley. So
it's like your hometown.
Yes, it's my hometown. I always promise myself if like one day I get to that point, that's, I'm going to open up a gym there. So this one's doing really, really well. So now, on to the second one.
I would say so. Yeah. Again, congratulations. You've been doing this for, 15 plus years?
Yep, 20 years.
Yeah. So, and I've been in the wellness industry for 35 plus years, but we work on kind of different sides of things that they're now coming together as one, because people are understanding it's not just working out. It's about the nutrition, some of the supplementation you do, your lifestyle. Can you explain a little bit about how all of these integrate into somebody achieving their goals?
I think the biggest part now, I think people are starting to really understand it's not just the training part, it's the nutrition, right? And I try to tell people all the time, no matter how good your workouts are, if your nutrition isn't on point and your supplementation isn't on point, you're basically wasting your time.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing right now is nutrition. Yes, come in, work out, be active. But if you're not in a deficit of calories, you're not going to lose weight. And if you're not in a surplus of calories, you're not going to gain weight. Yeah. So those things are really, really important.
There's a common person that you and I have dealt with that has coached you and has been part of one of my organizations for a very long time, Ariel Alberto. And he always looked at me and said, you can't outwork a bad diet.
Yep, he's right. And I try to tell, Alberto is my coach. And that was something he told me. It's something I learned with working with him, right? And doing the nutrition part. Being a bodybuilder, I started realizing, early on, I thought, it's just working out. If I work out really, really hard, I'm going to look great. But then once I got on the nutrition side and the supplement side, I started realizing like, oh, wow, okay, that's like 80% of it.
Yeah.
So that's a big thing for sure.
It is a huge part of it. Now, as we move into supplementation, we talk about, you've been a competitive bodybuilder in the past. We see a lot of people in your facility that have amazing physiques and everything like that. There has to be a point in time when somebody reaches like my age of 57 and you're noticing that your hormone levels just aren't what they used to be, and your recovery times take so much longer, and you have to be so much more diligent about your program to actually get results, or else you're kind of just spinning a wheel. Can you touch base on that and how hormones can really play a big part into health and wellness?
Yeah, I mean, your hormones is everything. I mean, as far as like just your sleep alone, if your hormones are off, you're not sleeping. And if you're not sleeping, you're not recovering. So you can have the greatest workout, but if you're not sleeping, there's no way that muscle is going to repair and build, or you're not going to lose fat. So your hormones have to be on point. And I think that's a very, very big thing now is like, okay, understanding your workouts and having that programmed, but also having your supplementation programmed, but making sure that you're also checking on your hormones and making sure that your hormones are in the right place. Because if you want to be optimal in the gym, everything has to check. I mean, especially when you get to where you're at. Right?
You're telling me that, should I just apply for my AARP card now?
I thought you already had one.
Well, yeah, they sent me one at 50. So.
Hey, I'm right there too. I'm coming up right behind you.
So,
and I think, honestly, I'm 40 years old now, and something I've learned for myself is if my hormones aren't on point, I see a huge, a decline in so many things. Like I just don't feel good. My workouts suffer. So I think it's just really, really important to make sure that, your hormones are optimal, because for me to get on stage and look, compete with the best guys in the world, I have to look a certain way. And to look a certain way, you're going to have to burn fat. You're going to have to hold on to the muscle. And if your hormones are off, good luck. I don't care what you do, what you eat, how you work out. You got to make sure that that's definitely something fixed.
Yeah. And, and that leads me into something, because, we have a very innovative product called Somaderm, which is actually topical human growth hormone combined with botanicals to help optimize your hormone levels, testosterone, estrogen, progesterone, cortisol. It helps manage these, but it's more endogenously as compared to some of the evasive things that people do nowadays to attain results. Do you think this would be really beneficial for your average person for optimizing their hormones?
Oh, absolutely. Because at the end of the day, if you're able to, we know that as you get older, your testosterone levels drop, right? That's a fact. That's science. Like everybody knows that, right? Your hormones are going to not be where they're supposed to be. So if you can supplement something that's going to help you there, it's definitely going to help you for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. So a lot of people, especially on social media, they kind of make this look easy, and you see it all the time, right? And can you explain to somebody, not in the detail that you would do for yourself, but for the average person, how much dedication it takes with diet, rest, and training to maximize results?
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be a part of your life. At the end of the day, I just try to, what I tell my clients is that if they want to see a 10 out of 10 body, or they want to have this body that looks amazing, they have to give 10 out of 10, right? Like you can't. So something I do with my clients, when they check in with me every week, I ask them 1 through 10, how well did you do? And that means sleep, that means rest, all of it. Sleep, food, supplements, how you worked out. I want to know how well you did. And if they're giving me, a 7, well, that's average. You're going to get average. You're going to have an average body.
Average results, yeah.
But if you are 10 out of 10 and you're consistent and you keep being consistent week after week, then at some point you are going to have that 10 out of 10 body.
And even with the best technology and medicine and supplements and everything, you still have to have those foundational principles for achieving your goals. Those are your driving forces, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's nice to have something that is that aid. And then that's what, we kind of did and developed, because we understand that there's fat burners all over the place. You can walk into your average health food store and they've got 30 on the shelves, which are, basically caffeine aspirin, right?
Yeah.
And then maybe a stimulant with it, right? To cause a thermogenic reaction. And we do all the science, and you're part of our science because we take, you and your experiences with your clients, and we want to really, change the way the wheel is made. And I think we've done that with our new product, Tri-MLT. What we did is we considered what are the biological mechanisms in the body that help turn visceral fat into fat that can be used as energy. We have ingredients in here, key ingredients in here that do that. Also, we have the leptin and ghrelin hormones, right? Your satiety and hunger hormones. And we wanted to help people, a little bit more further than just the thermogenic type of thing, which is just a part-time appetite suppressant. We wanted to work your hormones from the inside out on this. So something like ghrelin, that really increases your appetite. We wanted to be able to help that hormone subside so you don't get those cravings for sweets, salts, carby type of stuff. And then we put another key ingredient in there that helps leptin, that makes you feel full and you have satiety. So when you combine those with like metabolic, thermogenic, and lipotrophic reactions that happen in the body, I think you really reach a place where it becomes almost sciencey in the way that you approach, transformation. And that's what you do as well with calorie counting,
yes,
macros, micros,
it all goes
training.
Back to science at the end of the day, right? Everything has to make sense, right? If you're not a deficit of calories, you're not going to lose weight. That's science, right?
That's it.
And so what you guys are doing here, obviously there's science behind it. And the problem is everybody wants a fast fix, right? If I go take one of these fat burners, how is that going to, long term, how am I going to be able to keep burning that fat? I can't just keep taking that fat burner. That's not healthy for me. So for me, it's like, what can I do to build discipline and long-term results, right? I don't want results for, 8 weeks and then all of a sudden go back to where I was before. I want to continuously get better and look better. And that's the big thing that I'm trying to do in this gym, is trying to teach these people that, like, look, you can live a lifestyle and still be able to drink wine and still be able to go out and have some certain type of foods, but you can also have a great looking body, right? And I think that if you're sleeping well, you're taking your supplements, right, and you're having these great workouts, you're definitely going to be able to get to an optimal body.
We were talking earlier, and you have quite a few celebrities that walk through your gym here. One common one that
Andre Ward.
Yeah, Andre Ward. I've been doing his nutrition since he was 9 years old.
I just found that out like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what? I didn't even know. He didn't even tell me.
Yeah.
He's so humble.
I used to
I would be telling everybody, like, hey, Hall of Famer,
world
32 world champion boxer.
Yeah.
I did his diet.
Yeah.
Because anytime I get a chance to tell people that I train them, I do, or I tell them, hey, he comes into my gym.
Yeah.
So me and him built a really good relationship, but he had nothing but good things to say about you.
Him, his wife, his children are amazing people. And you have other people walking in here as well that, your client list is like, yes, you have an A client list, and then not that these are any less than A client list, because all these people in here are really looking to transform their bodies, because it's a way of life for them, right? Because it takes work, just like you've worked so hard to develop something like this, which is truly amazing, like I stated earlier. But, a lot of these guys, injuries happen.
Yeah.
Right. And it's part of the curriculum when you're trying to attain a goal, whether you're Andre Ward, world champion boxer. I remember when he blew out his knee playing basketball, right?
That's why he's out right now, actually. He hasn't been here the last couple of weeks because he hurt his knee again.
Yeah, because he was probably playing basketball with his kids, right? But
speaking of Andre Ward, he has his best friend. He came up to me and he was like, hey, man, I have a friend of mine. He just can't lose weight. Like, you need to help him out. Like, can we please figure out what we can do? He's unhealthy. He's my brother, and I just want to do better for him, And Deontay is who he is, and he's in here right now. And a lot of these videos that he's doing are about how he's working out for his kids. So he's in here actually working out with his kids, and he's trying to better his life. But something that, early on with him, he thought, I can just come in and work out. I'm going to lose weight. And that's just not how it works, right? And so where I come in is I make sure that his nutrition is on par, right? And make sure that his supplementation is right. And then also that he's sleeping and drinking enough water. Yeah. So since we've been, check marking all these boxes and making sure he's doing everything right, he's been losing weight every single week. And so that's why it's so important that people have to understand that it's not just the workouts, but it's everything else, right? You have to make sure that you have the right supplements. And I think that's the biggest thing is check marking all the boxes and making sure you're doing everything right and building discipline, because that discipline is what's going to keep you going long term, right? And that's the main thing is this is a lifestyle. This isn't a 8-week program or, one of these, let me take some fat burners and lose some weight for 10 weeks and go to Cabo and then go back to my normal self. You can build a lifestyle doing this. And I think that's really important.
Yeah. I don't know anybody, and I have an analogy, that works part-time and gets paid full-time. That's the thing, and it is hard work. It's and like our jobs in developing, supplements that actually have an impact on people in New You Life. What we want to do is we want to maximize their results that they're getting from this. Keep this person healthy, right? In a total wellness program, yet they have an opportunity to do just amazing things and share product with people. Just like when people go around, once they've been here, I'm sure how much word of mouth have you had in your gym here?
Oh yeah, tons. Right? And that's the cool thing is, people come into this gym and, I'm not just saying this because it's my gym. I'm not going to try to be a biased person.
No, you can do it.
But I'm telling you, like people come in and they say, this gym is different. I have equipment from Europe. I have equipment from all around the world, and so when people work out here, they understand like the value of nice equipment. They understand the value of good lighting, a clean bathroom, right? Being able to walk in and the gym smells good because we have diffusers. So all these little things, the little small details add up. And that's why we are considered one of the best gyms in California. And I know that over time, everybody will know about this gym. Because if you go on our Instagram and you see the videos and you see the lighting, you'll understand why it's so popular.
I have people calling me on a daily basis because they know I have a relationship with you, asking me, can I get in as a trainer at the gym? And then can I do, which draws a parallel to me in that, because me, I've been designing supplements for a very long time. And, to bring about something that not only helps your metabolic, lipotropic, and thermogenic reactions, but helps you on a hormone level to help transformation or help healing, like some of the other products that we have, topical human growth hormone gels, things that extend longevity in people, which are, the game is to age as gracefully as possible.
That's it.
Right?
That's what everybody wants. At the end of the day, people don't care. They'll pay as long as the product works. And the thing is I am an IFBB pro. I step on stage with the best guys in the world. And so I have to make sure that I'm taking the best supplements, right? I don't want some cheap supplement. You get cheap supplement, you're going to get cheap results, right? I want the supplement that I know there's science behind. And I think that's really, really important. And that's why that's why I'm with you. That's why I work with you, right? I think it's important to, with this gym, everything we do in here, like I said earlier, is details, right? And so how the cardio system is made, from TVs to the padding, right? All of it, there's details in it. And the same thing with the supplement. There's so much detail and so much thought that went into it. Right. And I think that's really important. And that's why, we do so well.
From our end, I always look at biochemistry, right? And you have a certain biochemistry here, on the floor, because you have certain systems that work, right? And help people understand, the progressions of stuff, how these progressions work and the steps it takes for these progressions. We do the same thing with our supplements. We look at biochemistry from a hormone level. We look at, how biological systems work in the body. And what we want to do is enhance those in a natural way that gives people the best results as possible. And I think that really, sums up, health in one sentence, is that we turn on the light switch in your body. And that's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
Right? When somebody comes in here and really wants to throw down, they're not going to be able to put, the 45s on a bench first time out and push up 225, 15 times. We have to have that starting point, right? Absolutely. And like, I'm sure you've seen somebody that is about to kill themselves underneath a bar, right?
See it all the time.
Yeah, so it's understanding, like I said earlier, the progressions of things, how things work in a fundamental way that actually gets you to your end goal in your journey, right? And this is the way that New You Life really thinks about product as well. We think about how your body works through the aging process, right? And if we can enhance those mechanisms that can really improve quality of life through hormone health, that's what we're going to bring to life, because people really don't understand that hormones play such a huge role in what you do, not only for weight loss or, muscle development, but just everyday life. I mean, when you sleep, you're recovering, right? Not only physically, but hormonally.
Yeah, and if I'm not getting good sleep, I'm cranky. And then that ruins my whole day. You get in here, you're yawning, you don't feel good. I mean, your hormones are so important. And it's not just, like I said, the sleep is important, but how you work out, how you feel during your workouts, right? Those workouts have to be optimal. So if there's something wrong with your body and you're not optimal there, you're going to feel it. And trust me, I've had hormonal problems. And so like I get my blood work and I go check and see, and I can, as soon as I don't feel good, I know something's wrong, right? So I go get my blood work and I look and I go, okay, these are the things I need to fix. And since I've been with you, those things have been fixed and I feel way better.
I appreciate that.
So I think that's why I think it's so important that people understand how important these hormones are, how important it is to make sure that you're optimal there.
So, I can go on all day talking about this with you because we have such a good synergy together. I want to congratulate you on your just amazing establishment. It's the Lab here in San Ramon. You want to give the address?
No, it's private. No. Actually, just for you guys, we'll give it to you. It's 2600 Hooper Drive, but don't tell anybody else.
Yeah, and hey, I'd love to come back and have some more of these discussions, really, dive into a little bit more what you're doing. I definitely want to come back and train here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? And, do you think that you can just maybe in a summarization, just kind of say how, and I'm thinking here in a way that your average person that's out there in La La Land would really interpret this. How difficult it really is for transformation if you stick to the plan.
No, if you stick to the plan, okay, I work with over 1,000 clients. I work with, over 1,000 because of how long I've been doing it. And I can honestly say, if you stick to the plan, you will get results. I don't care who you are. I don't care the genetics that you have. If you are having everything you're supposed to have and doing everything you're supposed to do on the program, right, you will lose weight. And if you could check my Instagram, Body by Bobby, and you could look, and I have hundreds, if not thousands of clients on my Instagram that show proof. And I think that was something that was really important to me, was I wanted to show people, I'm a bodybuilder, right? People could look at me and say, well, he could do it for himself. But when you could take a dad or a mom who just had a kid or somebody who has, issues eating a lot of food to grow muscle, and you could take all these different people and transform all of them and make them all look a certain way as long as they follow the plan, it's proof. And that was the biggest thing for me, was like, I just wanted to show people, like, when you do everything right, you can lose the weight. And I think as soon as someone sends me a check-in, the first thing I say is, look, you were 10 out of 10 and look at your results. Keep being 10 out of 10 and you're going to keep getting results. I've never had someone be 10 out of 10 and then the next week them not either look better or the scale change. You have to have both. You can't just be off of scale, because you have to chase a look. The look is more important than the scale, right? But at the end of the day, there's some sort of progression in that week, as long as they're 10 out of 10. So I don't care who you are, as long as you're doing everything right, your supplements are right, your sleep's right, your water's right, your workouts are, everything is on point, you will be able to transform your body.
So what I'm hearing is you're saying 10 out of 10 on training, 10 out of 10 on nutrition, 10 out of 10 on a rest, and 10 out of 10 in keeping your hormones healthy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, it's a program, right? We develop things that are innovative that help you reach your goal with the programs, right? And you develop the programs, we develop the product. It's a great synergy between it, right? And people out there have to understand that this hormone health plays such a big role in everybody's daily lives, and I think in the general masses, it's probably the biggest point that's missed besides the nutrition and training consistency, right? Is that we get older, our hormone levels decline, we're not able to attain our goals. Plus we get sedentary with our way of life. You just got to stay busy. You got to keep your body busy. You got to keep your mind busy, and you've got to do the right things hormonally to actually achieve your goals. And I think, you're doing that with all your clients now, Absolutely. Which is an amazing job.
And for me, like I was saying really quickly, is just that, my clients, it's easy for me to tell them, hey, you need to take the supplement, right? But I want to let everybody else know that you guys also need to know about the supplement, not just my clients. I have a small circle of people, right? But I want the world to understand how important these hormones are. So I think that would be great to get that out there to everybody else.
And I think we're doing that right now because this is going to be seen internationally in 15 countries. You're going to get great exposure. And I appreciate you, actually taking time out of your busy schedule. I mean, you got hundreds of people downstairs here working out. You've got a business to run.
But you know what? I'm passionate about what you guys are doing. And so I took the time out because I believe in it, right? If I didn't believe in it, you have no idea how many people, and I can give you my phone right now, how many people text me about
I don't want to
something.
Some
people text me all day long. Hey, I have this supplement. Hey, this protein. Hey, this, right? People are trying to sell me stuff all the time.
Yeah, just don't send them my way.
I don't. But I obviously took your call because I believe in your product and I believe in you. So that's the biggest thing.
I appreciate that, Bobby. And likewise, there's a brotherhood between us. You're going to see me here next week, but I'm only coming if you're here.
I'm here. I'm always here. From 11 to 11. That's the one thing. When you own your business, there's no rest.
That's right. Remember that out there. When you own your business, there is no rest. It's 24/7. All right. If you're looking to succeed, whether it's transformation, whether it's business, whether it's life in general, and you want to make an impact, you do it all the time. It's not a part-time job. It's a full-time job. So, definitely from my, and New You Life's end, we appreciate you taking the time. I appreciate you so much, brother.
Of course.
I just... God, I appreciate you. And yeah, we'll get together and we'll do this again. Awesome. I'm super happy to have you on the Scientific Advisory Board because you bring a perspective that nobody else on the board brings, especially from what you have done here. And it's going to be a huge addition. I mean, we have endocrines, we have dermatologists, and we have... but the true fitness expert is right here.
I'm excited.
Yeah. So we're super excited to have Bobby here, and beyond excited, we're honored.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Brother. So
thank you so much.
All right. Well, New You Life family, there it is. The lab, Bobby.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
And you're going to be seeing more of him out there. We're excited to bring you in. We're excited to fly you out to, some of the events that we have and get out there to really see the people. They're going to love you. They're going to eat you up. And we're just going to have a great time in teaching people the true definition of what hormone health is.
Love it.
So,
thanks so much for tuning into this episode of the New You Life Pulse podcast. If you're enjoying the show, please feel free to rate, subscribe, and leave a review wherever you listen to your podcasts. Also, for more information, please visit our website, newulife.com. Thanks again for listening, and we'll catch you in the next episode of the New You Life Pulse podcast.